When you go for a job, the person giving you that job will not want to hear your problems, and neither do I. You're going to work harder than you ever worked before. And the only thing I ask from you is ganas, desire, a haircut. If you don't have the ganas, I will give it to you because I'm an expert. Today is Monday, tomorrow's Wednesday, Friday is payday, the weekly test. There will be no diagonal vision. Keep your eyes on your own paper. You have 10 minutes to finish the quiz. If you finish early, please work on the assignment on the board. No questions? Good.
Teachers are such an integral part of our society. Many times teachers are the only real authority any kid will ever get in their formative years. Plenty of parents are either absent or just not willing to invest the time necessary to properly raise a child. So all too often it falls to the educators to deliver that strict yet guiding hand that will shape the next generation. Every now and then, rarely would be better putting it, we find those special educators who refuse to take no for an answer and will do whatever it takes to ensure kids of every age, sex, color, and creed learn what it will take to make them successful.
Mrs. Santos says, how do we get the students in on Saturdays for remedial reading? Well, I'll tell you how. We'll go to their homes. We will talk to their folks. If their folks can't read, they can come in too. The only way we're going to get anything done is to get everyone involved. And that goes for all of you. It's time to get involved.
And to that end, in finding those special educators who really care, truly believe they can make that singular difference in the life of someone desperately seeking drive and direction, when you discover that teacher who delivers so much more than what's written in a textbook, hey, special attention has got to be paid.
Yeah, Metro State University in Denver, Colorado, Colorado's second largest undergraduate university, has this professor, Professor Angeletti, in American Civilization, that is having his students recite this Pledge of Allegiance, but it's a little amended. The pledge has the students...
A little or a lot?
A lot. Yeah, it's a completely different Pledge of Allegiance, and they're having to pledge to a racist, homophobic, sexist America that is, you know, in the name of Jesus, that hates communists and women who want to get abortions. And it's a very strong political statement that this professor has that's completely contrary to the university's values.
The teacher in question here is Dr. Charles Angeletti, self-proclaimed atheist and professor of American civilization. He's been dedicating his time and life to bringing up new generations of free and independent drones since 1967 at Metro State, which of course means he began teaching when there were no black people, no Hispanics. Every student was white and tight. The girls all wore hoop scoots and would never be considered the possibility of wearing makeup, as it might be considered the devil's stain. And that old demon rock and roll was likely winding its way around campus, seeking to infect those mile-high breathing babblers who were easy pickings for what we here on out will call the education predator.
Now former FSU business instructor Deborah O'Connor admits she was engaged in this Facebook thread about a shooting in Cleveland, Ohio, and the Ferguson, Missouri case. In that thread, O'Connor posted 17 times, using multiple curse words and derogatory words for homosexuals and mentally challenged people. O'Connor referred to President Obama and Attorney General Eric Holder as blank clowns. She wrote, "Never again will this country elect a black president." She used the phrase filthy rodent Muslims and noted, "I teach at a university."
When you're in charge of molding the minds of young people, you're supposed to be held to a higher standard.
Now, in most cases, we would be bellowing to the rafters about how having such insulting, despicable, insulting, doddering dipsticks teaching our kids was an egregious mistake, and having them both burned alive at the stake just outside the administration building would be the least we could do to purge their stain from America. On the contrary, I believe kids are often smarter than we give them credit for, and having these racist, sexist, race-baiting hate mongers spew their venom in a classroom will only serve to show most students what a human jackass really looks and sounds like. The few they will infect with their bile are of little consequence and will be rendered just as socially useless as their teachers one day, but most students will wise up, learning fast and young what to avoid if they truly want to be members of a functioning society. After all, how can you truly discern what's right in the world if you don't have the accompanying bovine excrement for comparison? Hey, pass the pooper scooper for these teachers, and that's telling it like it is. Second hour here on MidPoint after a short break. $1 trillion of your hard-earned cash, and America still running up a deficit. We'll set left against right on the CIA torture report, and the CIA is set to speak live coming up next.